Hey, welcome again to Decent TNC. If it is your first time, do subscribe, like and share this video. About 5 years ago, a visitor to Nyandungu saw an old, lifeless swamp that could endanger its neighbors and users. At that time it was used for agriculture, animal husbandry, and some even used it as a garbage truck, causing damage. The floods have caused flooding in many parts of the country, including rain and floodwaters. Nyandungu Swamp is located in Dura sector in Gasabo and Nyaragunga districts in Kigali. It is located in the middle of the road from La Palisa Hotel to Ndura at 15, covering an area of 121 hectares. For someone as recent as 2018, now is the time to be surprised. Where there was no movement, no animals and no birds, now the Nyandungu Eco Park NEP has been transformed into the Nyandungu Eco Park NEP. The park is made up of 5 sectors, including the first and second sections of what you would call a swampy area, but there are grasses and trees that help to filter the water from the mountains. The other 3 are visited and even pave the way for passers-by. The final work to turn the swamp into a park has been completed and preparations are underway to begin building a fence that is in line with its environmental initiatives. The Nyandungu National Park is expected to be open to the public this month, with guests attending the Commonwealth Heads of State and Government meeting, CHOM, to be held in Rwanda on the week of June 20, 2022. The project is one of the key initiatives being launched in Kigali to see how wetlands can be productive and transformed into natural habitats that people can take a break from after drought. It was in 2015 that the Nyandungu Swamp Rehabilitation and Reconstruction Project was launched in 2016. The work was scheduled to be completed in 2020 in 2 phases, but was delayed by changes in the first study and the COVID-19 epidemic. The entrant is first instructed to, arriving at the tourist park, first goes through the information booth. This is where he gets his picture, the parts and the carriage during his visit. There seems to be a need for boots that can help him because there is water left on the road that requires him to pass through properly. From there he immediately makes his way to part 3, the same as the 4th and 5th, which have something in common. Each section has 2 lanes on its belt that will be used by cyclists and pedestrians. Each of them is given a unique name so that the person in Chapter 4 can tell the person in the 3rd area, which makes it easier for him or her to reach. Each is built of volcanic taxes, and in the 3rd part surrounded by bamboo imported from China, which gives a whirlwind. All of these areas also have artificial lakes, covering an area of 4,393 to 5,892 square meters, where people can relax on their sides because of the chairs that make those who want to sit and watch the birds fly nearby or fish because there are fish. The same is true of finding a place to rest, because a chair is set so that the tired one can sit down and even talk to their roommate, without hindrance. He learned that it was thought that visitors could be provided with a way to fish for fun. Environmentally sound, tourism benefits. The project is expected to serve as a model for the conservation of a network of biodiversity including plants and animals, but also to calculate the way in which tourism revenue can be generated. In Nyandungu Park there is an area dedicated to Pope's Garden. It shows the place where Pope John Paul II read Mass on September 9, 1990, during his visit to Rwanda. The site is expected to be a religious site, with members of the Catholic Church visiting and learning about the history of the event. The church also announced plans to set up a chapel in the area, so that visitors could pray. Maybe this garden is just below the surface and there is a sign of the image of the Pope when he was in Rwanda on September 7 to 9, 1990. It is reported that he wore it before the Mass. Visitors to the park will also be able to get a variety of services such as dining because there is a restaurant, which will help people who are thirsty to go hungry. Contribution to plant research. One of the expected benefits of Nyandungu Park is to make it easier for researchers to get basic information about the traditional medicines used in the past. There are more than 60 species of indigenous trees in Nyandungu that can be explored or viewed. This is in addition to the traditional medicinal plants known as the medicinal garden, i.e. the traditional medicinal garden. This includes 50 species, including Guardian, Yumiko, Yumansens, Yumazuzana, Iki Kakarubamba, Amusasa, Intobo, Umuriganyina, Yumyaterashanga, Yumakorokambe and others.
It is designed to educate and be used in the pharmaceutical industry. The park includes more than 18,000 species of different trees. All used materials protect the environment from the gates to the exit. The materials used to build the park are in the process of preserving the environment. Buildings, such as warehouses, restaurants and other facilities, have been built with the help of environmental protection. All trails through the park are tax-deductible, which can withstand the nature of the waterfront. Its construction fence was first used by conventional trees, known as living fence, before the modern construction. The fence will be constructed using roofs imported from South Africa, designed to protect the environment. The entrepreneur who will build it was discussed and has not changed. It was completed in October 2022. It will be located at a distance of 7.28 kilometers where it will cost about 1 billion Fru. It will be 2.5 meters long and will block parts including the 3rd, 4th and 5th. On fire, the sun's rays set Nyandungu Park on fire at night. Nyandungu Park has also been equipped with cameras that help maintain the safety of visitors and attractions. In addition to the 50 secretaries who manage it day and night. Currently, Nyandungu National Park is home to 102 species of birds including lizards and others. Some animals began to appear, including animals and manure. The activities of the park are expected to be handed over to the private sector, which will also determine the cost of entry. The unconfirmed information IGIHE has is that at least one Rwandan who wants to visit it will have to pay 1,000 Rwandan francs for its maintenance fee, while a foreigner living in the country pays $5 while a foreigner pays $10. The Nyandungu Swamp Rehabilitation Project was expected to be completed at a cost of Rwandan francs 5.2 billion. Expected to generate 1 billion Rwandan francs in 12 years.